Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast. This is me, Dave Sheahan, here, high performance consultant. And the purpose of this podcast, which finally starting now after a long time of saying I would, purpose of it is, again, to help you to regain control of the mind body health area of your life, because this is the most important area of your life. Because when you've controlled the mind, body and health, the mind is control tower, you have control there, control in terms of your thoughts, you think more positively, you act more positively, you make better decisions to serve your life far better. You then prioritize taking care of your body, you prioritize taking care of your health. Remember, prevention is better than cure or even treatment. All these areas, and it has such a positive impact on every single area of your life. It doesn't matter whether it's your relationships, whether it's your professional life, whether it's your financial situation, creating life experiences, achieving goals that you want to have. Whatever area of your life do you want to improve on, or do you not fulfilled or satisfied in, I can guarantee you 100% that when you regain control of the mind, body, health area of your life, all those other areas will dramatically improve. And that is why I'm starting this podcast as another method of sharing some valuable, what I hope will be valuable content, positively impactful content on your life. Because as I said, the mind is the control tower, and it's important to delve deep into psychology and mindset and motivation, because these are the areas that people struggle so much on. You know, you can be going along your life and things can be going good in your relationships or your job, career, business, even with your exercise, with your health, with your finances, and life happens, things happen, shit hits the fan, you know, stress comes on board, laziness can come on board, the bad guy in your head starts to win the internal dialogue. It's how can you combat that? And this is where having a positive mindset is so important, but it's all about control. If you've control of mind, body, and health, more often than not, you'll make the right decisions, you'll take the right actions, you'll be true to yourself, you'll have confidence, self-esteem, positive self-image, but important, you'll be true to yourself and authentic to yourself, and you know at your core what is right. You know at your core what you want to achieve in life, and you will work towards those goals. Dreams will become clear in your head, and that you will truly believe you can turn them into reality. Whereas for many people, they have dreams, they have goals, but do they truly believe to become possible? Often not at all. Whereas when you have a good mindset and you've controlled that area, dreams can become reality. You truly believe they will become reality. And then it becomes a case of just taking it step by step by step by step. Also, you're human. You're an emotional being. Life will hit you sometimes. Stress will hit you sometimes. People will affect your emotional state sometimes. You might fall off the wagon. But the key thing is, it's learning how to fall off less frequently and how to get back on even faster. And again, this is where mindset comes in. You know, mindset is everything, guys. You know, you take with your body, take in with your health. You can be going fantastic for weeks or even months. It takes 1 millisecond for your mindset to completely dramatically go the other direction, then you're off the wagon. And that's in every single area of your life. Now, I'm recording this in 2020. And wherever you are in the world, whatever you do in your life, whoever is in your life, whether you work for someone, where you've got a business, whatever your lifestyle was in February 2020, it completely changed in March 2020. And I'm recording this right now. We're on September, what are we on? September 22nd, I think it is, something like that. The last 7 months have been incredible for everyone, but not in a great way, in a very challenging way. Mentally and emotionally, we are all being tested. We have been tested for 7 months, and we are increasingly being tested. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world. And this is why I'm so passionate about, you know, trying to focus on helping people to have control of their mind in particular, because mental health is everything. You know, this year, 2020, we have been bombarded on a mental and emotional level that most of us have never been done before, and hopefully will never be, to the like of which, for the rest of our lives. You know, it's an emotional time. It's a confusing time. It's a divisive time. Look at the world. Look at the world. And I hope whenever you're listening to this or watching this, if you're watching this on video, that you know, it's a better world at that time. It's a more unified world. It's a more supportive world. It's got the true virtuous human instincts of selflessness, of wanting to help each other, of wanting to support each other, of wanting to unify with each other, you know, to want to help each other have more fulfilling, happy lives. That we're all driving towards happiness. We have the world that it can be, that it isn't a situation where it's even worse than it is right now, where there's more divisiveness, there's more selfishness, more greed, more evil, more of all the wrong things, which is what the world is right now. It's increasingly going that way. And it pains me, upsets me, angers me, worries me to see the world becoming more and more divided and people going on every extreme that there is. And, it's such a divisive time in terms of people's opinions of what's going on, and everyone's impacted emotionally and mentally. It doesn't matter whether you believe the governments, wherever you are in the world, and what they're saying, you believe the media in your country and what they're saying. That's emotionally and mentally draining because it's inducing so much fear, and the level of fear you're allowing to be created within you is creating a lot of stress and upset and anxiety, and it's changing your human behaviors. Human behaviors are dramatically changing. If you take the other extreme and you're being called a conspiracy theorist and a person who's off their head wacko because you believe that the governments have agendas, the world has agendas, maybe you believe a new world order, maybe you're believing that it's all a vaccination strategy to vaccinate the whole world, maybe to microchip the whole world. That's an emotional, mental strain too, because you're filled with a lot of negative emotions because of what's happening, and you're trying to fight that, or maybe you're in silence believing that, and it's all festering inside of you. And if you're openly sharing your views on that area, the amount of hatred, like pure hatred and abuse that you're suffering at the hands of those who are believing the narrative of the government and media is incredibly hard to deal with. So emotionally and mentally draining. So it doesn't matter which end of the spectrum you are, whether you're one end or the other. So you believe the government and the media, you totally don't, and you believe there's other agendas. Let's go even further, that people who believe like there's lizards going to take over the world, or aliens or whatever. So you've got everywhere in that spectrum, all the way up to the people who believe every single word that comes out of the government's mouth, every single thing they hear in the media. Now, personally, I'm not going to go deep into what I believe, but I find it very hard to understand how people can totally trust their health in the hands of the government, a group of people who, doesn't matter what country you live in, you have spent most of your life criticizing and seen as liars and seen as corrupt and so on. Now all of a sudden the switch is flipped and suddenly you believe everything they say. I find that hard. I find it hard that people are not questioning. And for me, that's emotionally and mentally draining for me, that people are not even questioning. Whatever about where you believe what's really going on. And there's so many possibilities out there, from what seem completely outlandish and out there to stuff that seems feasible and plausible. But that is something. And I always believe that we should be still like children. Everyone should be like child. Now, this has nothing to do with 2020, viruses, none of that stuff. Let's forget that for a second. In your life, you should question everything. I have spent my life questioning everything. And that's where a lot of time I've, again, been at the hands of a lot of abuse or discrediting or laughter and so on, where I've been seen as, it's idiotic, that's silly, that's crazy, whatever. Now, more often than not, I've been proved right. Because, when you're a child, think when you're a child, or if you have children, think of children. Children, when they get to 2 or 3 or so, they start to ask why. Why about everything? It's nearly a joke, but also annoyance among parents. Like, won't stop asking why. It's why this, why that, why everything. You should spend your life doing that. But society and school system and work system wipes all questioning out of you. It wipes the why word out of you from a very young age, from 3 or 4 or 5. And you don't ask anymore. You might ask in your head, but you don't verbally ask. You just accept things. You accept authority. You accept what you're told to do. You behave like a good little boy or girl for the majority of people on the planet. So you're doing what you're told. You're not questioning anything, even if you don't truly believe what might be happening is right. Now, that's not good. You should always question things. How can you learn the truth unless you question? You must question things, always question things. And that is how you truly can find out the truth. Ask questions, or true to you. You may end up being wrong, but at least you can authentically live, you can authentically act, you can authentically make decisions based on what you feel is right to you. And that is the way everyone needs to live. We all have opinions on all kinds of things, okay? So I just want to get that in. So look, this Mind Body Health podcast is going to be all about sharing educational information, hopefully motivational, hopefully inspirational. A lot of time it'll be me speaking about different topics that I hope will help you. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to address on this podcast, do send me a message. I'm on all different social media, or you can send me an email or whatever method you want to contact me on. Again, this is for you guys. This isn't for me, this is for you. I want to help to educate, motivate, inspire you. That's my tagline: educate, motivate, inspire. That is truly what I live my life by. For over 25 years now, my days are dedicated to helping people just like you to live the life you can. You can live an empowered life. You can live a life where all your dreams become reality. You can live a life where you can have the life experience that you want. But I can guarantee you 100%, both from my own personal experience, but also from coaching thousands and thousands of people all over the world from every kind of walk of life, that when you regain control of the mind, body, health area of your life, you can achieve anything. There are no boundaries. Your mind sees no boundaries. And this is what we all need to get to a point of, where we genuinely can see no boundaries. We decide on what we want. We get focused on it. We visualize it. We truly believe it's going to happen. And then it's purely about taking the steps to get there, because it's like a stairs. Let's say your objective is to go to bed. It's late at night. You want to go to bed. You live in a 2-story house, a 3-story house. How you can see yourself going into that bed, you can see it quite clearly. But if you don't put your foot on that first step of that stairs, you are not going to get to bed. It doesn't matter how much you visualize yourself in that bed. It doesn't matter how much you can literally feel yourself inside that bed. You will not be in that bed until you put your foot on that first step of the stairs. And it doesn't stop there. Put the foot on that first step of the stairs. You have to put the second foot on that first step of the stairs. Then put your foot again on the second step, up to third, fourth. You might get the odd little leap 2 steps to go, maybe even 3, depending on how strong your legs are and how much you can propel yourself forward. But the bottom line is you have to consistently keep going and going and going until you get to the top of the stairs, into your room, climb into that bed. Now, that is how achieving your goals work. But if you don't believe you're going to get there, you can't get there. So it's about getting clarity on what you want, how you're going to get there, what the steps are, and the most importantly, action. Too many people spend way too much time digesting information. It's like you listening to this. If you're listening to this, and you listen to all my podcasts, that's fantastic. If you listen to other people's podcasts, that's fantastic. If you read loads of books, fantastic. Watch loads of YouTube videos, documentaries, educational stuff, attend courses, invest hundreds of thousands in mentors and courses and workshops and events, fantastic. But it's worth nothing unless you take action on the information you're learning. Knowledge is not power, it's the implementation of knowledge that's power. So it's so important you take action on the knowledge you're gaining. It's like anything I say to you that strikes a chord, make sure you do action on it, okay? Like for me in my life, everything I've set my mind out to do, when I've truly put my mind to something and decided I was going to do it, one, I created that belief in my mind it was going to happen. Like when I won the Body for Life competition in 2004, like different types of business ventures that I've had, physical challenges I've set myself, like my goal right now to qualify for the World Ironman Championships in Kona, Hawaii in 2021. I truly believe I'm there already. I've already done it. It's just a case of taking the steps to get there. But to create that kind of mindset where you truly believe that you will achieve anything you put your mind to, you have to create a very strong mindset. Okay, you have to focus on what you feed your mind. You know, we hear so much all the time about what you feed your body. We hear about carbs, we hear about proteins, we hear about fats, this diet, that diet, no carb, low carb, paleo, keto, all these kind of things are out there, okay? And that's a whole area I'll cover in some of these podcasts in terms of what you should feed your body, because there's so much confusion out there. People have no idea what's right and wrong, and I'm here to clear the bullshit and tell you exactly what works in the course of these podcasts. This is why it's important for you to send me in the questions. But that's feeding your body. Do you realize what you feed your mind is more important? What you feed your body will also feed your mind, because 20% of the calories you consume go to your mind and your brain, So that's why food is so important in terms of even just your brain, just like keeping it hydrated. But let's even take away those two things. What you feed your mind in terms of the information that goes into your ears, that goes into your mind, is absolutely crucial. Because if you're not feeding it the right information, all that's going to happen is you're going to create a negative mindset. You're going to create an uncertain mindset. You're going to create a mindset where you don't believe in things. You're going to create a mindset where the bad guy in your head, the lazy guy, the inefficient, ineffective guy is going to start winning the daily battles, because you have thousands of negative thoughts every day, just like you have thousands of good positive thoughts. But which ones are you hearing? Which ones are you focusing on? That is what will determine your actions each and every day. So it's important that you realize it's not that you become super positive and you're just positive every day. People who are seen as positive, and like I'm typically seen as someone who's positive, they work on themselves every day. That's why they can give off a positive air and have positive energy. It's not that they're just suddenly positive. They got to the point of being positive and they're like that, or they were born that way. You have to create this kind of mindset, and it takes daily work. Like those who follow my various stories across social media will see that every single day, every opportunity I have, whether it's walking the dogs at 6:15 a.m. or I'm doing some work on the computer that takes, not huge concentration, or it's while I'm training or relaxing or driving, I'm listening to positive mind feed and education and motivational stuff and inspirational stuff all the time. because this is how you create a positive mindset. You have to focus on feeding your mind what it needs, and you need to decrease the negative mind feed. That comes from information, watching the news all the time, watching very negative soap operas, watching meaningless TV, watching TV like reality TV especially, which will take you down emotionally in terms of your own image because it's so image focused. Media in general, again, negativity. All you hear is negativity, negativity, negativity. When have you last heard a positive news story in your life? Whatever age you are, when have you heard, or how many of them have you heard? Because it is an absolute rarity. The news is always bad news. It's always worrying. It's always fear. This year is no different. It's just something different that it's focused on. And it's really ramped up. The fear-inducing media is ramped up this year to a level probably never seen before. This is negative energy that's been put into you, negative mind feed. People as well. Look at the people around you. Are they mainly negative type people? Do they see glass half full, glass half empty? What type of people are they? How do you feel around them? Remember, we are energy. We are energy. So if you're going to be in the company of someone, you know whether, even before you meet them, you start to feel more elevated just at the thought of being with them, or you start to feel lower energetically at the thought of being with them. When you're actually with them, you know whether your energy drops or whether it comes up. The people who decrease your energy, you need to limit your exposure to them. You need to even eliminate them from your life if you can. Now, for many people, family members and close friends can often be those people who are negative. You may not want to eliminate them, but you have to limit your exposure, or you might eliminate them for a period of time that might be crucial in your life at that moment where you cannot take on board their negativity, okay? And their judgment and all that type of thing. So you have to be very careful to protect your energy. Protect your energy, protect your mindset, limit and eliminate negative mind feed. So important. Ramp up, increase, be consistent with positive mind feed. Positive mind feed in terms of be around like-minded people. Be around people who champion you towards your goal, who push you towards your goal, who believe in you, who value you. Be around people who you respect, who you admire, who actually inspire you. Follow people who, again, inspire you, who motivate you, who give you good messages. Once you're acting on it, remember, don't just be a consumer. Majority of the world are consumers of information, but not many are practitioners. Make sure you're a practitioner. Make sure you take action on stuff that's inspiring and motivating you, because otherwise your life can't change. Remember, you have the power to create a fun, vibrant, fulfilling, successful, and most importantly, happy life. But the only way it can happen is if you take action. So keep feeding your mind a positive mind feed. Keep feeding your mind more and more educational stuff that will serve your life in the various areas that you want to improve on. And with that, then go take action. Be very clear on the action steps. Take action every single day. Remember, every day is a wonderful opportunity. 24 hours, every single day. Every time you open your eyes, every morning you open these eyes and they work. Every time you open your eyes and your heart still beats. Every time you open your eyes, your heart still beats and your lungs still take in oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide and all other shite. You have another opportunity to take on 24 hours where you can make dramatic changes to your life with a few simple actions. It doesn't take huge things to change your life. Little things to make a huge difference in your life, but you have to be consistent. You have to be persistently consistent, okay? Gratitude is something that's a powerful thing. Like at the end of your day, write out 3 things that you're grateful for that day. It could be experiences, it could be people, it could be stuff that was said to you, stuff that you did, something that made an impact on you. Write out also 3 wins. What 3 wins at you? Because again, from a mindset point of view, we are in a hamster wheel world. Stress has become normal and accepted as being normal in most people's life in the modern world. So it means that most days people are getting up and they're chasing their tail going 100 miles per hour from start to finish. And most of the time, the to-do list seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you feel that you're not getting anywhere. This is why to start your day, you need to look at the to-do list and identify 1 to 3 things that need to be the top priorities, the things that will have the biggest impact on your life if you take them today. Stuff that maybe you're procrastinating on, stuff you need to focus on. Focus on them, get them done. At the end of your day, identify 3 wins. What 3 wins have you gotten that day? Because often we can get to the end of the day and our focus, this is where again the mindset comes in, we're conditioned by society and school and work and media and all these things to always see the bad slant. So we see the things that we didn't do instead of identifying the things we did do. If you did 10 good things in a day, you wouldn't even recognize you did them. You will actually focus on the 10 or 20 or 100 things you didn't get to do. Or even the one thing. That one thing you didn't do can often outweigh 10 good things you did. That's the way our psychology is. And this is why I'm so passionate about trying to change people's psychology, because the way we perceive things, the way we look at things is completely wrong and is not serving us in our lives. So what I want you to do at the end of your day, when you get to the end, write 3 wins from that day. Think about it. Guaranteed, even if you've sat in your ass most of the day and watched Netflix and done very little, I can guarantee you still had 3 wins in that day. They could be small actions or big actions, but I can guarantee you by writing those 3 wins and identifying them and reflecting and seeing that you actually had some productivity that day, mentally it'll make you feel better. What will that do? Gives you feel-good factor. You go to bed with a better mindset. What will that do? That allows you to sleep better, sleep deeper, because your mind's more peace. What will that mean? The next morning you wake up feeling fresher, feeling more positive, and ready to tackle the day. Whereas the opposite means that you're going to go to bed frustrated and angry at yourself and disappointing yourself and feeling negative. And then you're going to have a worse sleep, a light sleep, not a deep sleep, because it's going to play in your mind. You probably even dream about the things that you didn't do that you should have done and stuff like that. Next day you're going to wake up less energy, more lethargic, feeling tired. That's going to impact your decisions and your actions. Can you see how everything ties together? Everything ties together, and it's all coming from your mind and your perception of things and your thought process and everything that goes with that. So guys, we need to start getting focused on working on the mind. And that's why in this first episode, I wanted to speak primarily about mindset. We are going to speak so much over the podcast about mindset, exercise, nutrition, sleep, stress, lifestyle, self, and time management, because they're all important while they're all similar as well. And any other areas, questions that you're going to come up with, message me, email me, whatever it might be. I'm here to destroy the confusion. I'm here to clarify what works. And if you follow what I tell you, I can guarantee you pretty much 100% that you will experience an incredible change in the way your life pans out. You will experience an incredible change in the way your brain works, how your mind works. We will create together a positive mindset, which will make you be in a position where you can achieve whatever you want in life. And this is the reality. This is what I want to share with you. I'm 25 years of my life dedicated solely to helping people just like you. And I mean, truly focus on that. I feel this is my mission. It's my purpose. It's what I'm here for. I've always done this because I want to help people, not for money. Money I see as something that will just come. If you're good at something, you're passionate about something, you're authentic about something, you help people, it's going to come anyway. And that's always been the case in my life. I've never focused on money. Money just gets generated because I do a good job in everything I do. And I hope this podcast is going to be the same, that I will help you. I will make an impact in your life, a positive impact in your life. And this is where your feedback's going to be important. This is where your reviews on iTunes and all the other places that the podcast will be. The video will be on YouTube and other video platforms. Your feedback's going to be important to me because I want to make sure I'm delivering to you what you need and what you want. Tell me what you want. I also have an idea of what you need. We'll match the two together and make sure you get places. Okay, so that's a wrap for the first episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, your feedback will be massive. I hope I've given you a couple of nuggets, a few things to think about that you can put into practice right now. Remember, knowledge is not power. It's the implementation of knowledge that's power. So some things that I've said, make sure that you put them into practice. And as I said, give me a review. Let me know what you think of this. Contact me with your questions. Tell me people you'd like me to interview, because I'm going to be doing interviews as well. This isn't going to be just me all the time. There's going to be a lot of interviews too. So that's me, Dave Sheahan, signing off for the Mind Body Health Podcast. Episode number 1 done and dusted. Finally, it's been in my mind for a long time to do this. I've been saying I do it for a long time, but here we go. Off we go with another hopefully valuable piece of content I'm going to be putting out there to the online world. Have an awesome day. Keep taking action. And remember, regain control of the mind, body, health area of your life, and every single other area of your life will be positive impact. You live once, live fully, drive for happiness. Okay? You can have the life you desire. You can have a fun, vibrant, fulfilling, successful, and most importantly, happy life, but you have to go out there and get it. It's not going to just come to you. So action, action, action. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed it.